guys, so today I'm going to be sharing some college advice with you guys. I know next semester is quickly approaching, so I thought I would make a little video just to share some advice based on my experience. So I made a nice little list on my iPad of things that I could think of, and I kind of separated it into 3 categories. So I'm going to talk about like social things, academic, and like miscellaneous things like that I could just think of. So yeah, the first topic that we will be talking about is the social aspect, because it's a new environment. Some people are going to college out of state, so you don't know anybody at all. You might be going to school locally, so you might know a few people here and there, but yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so the first thing on my list of my social advice is don't be scared to make new friends. Like I said, some people might go to college close to home, so they're gonna stick beside who they know. They went to high school with them, so they're like, okay, I know him or her, so I'm about to just be with him or her the whole time. That's okay. That is fine too, but don't be afraid to go out there and meet new people. Like, that's what the experience is for. You want to have a great time, so meet new people. You have people from all over the states, or some people from another country. They're at your college. Get to know them. Get to experience new things. Okay, you want to experience new things. Okay, so the next thing is the friends that you make freshman year may not be your friends by the time you get to your senior year, and that is completely okay. So whenever you first get to college, everybody's young, so you're getting to know people. And by the time, you get to your senior year, you're maturing, you're figuring out what you want to do in life and how you want to do it. And some people, may not be on the same level as you are, and you just grow apart. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is completely okay. So I just want to let you know, friends that you make freshman year may not be your friends by the time it's your senior year. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you meet, your lifelong friends in your freshman year, because I know I did. I have my same group of girls for the most part, but yeah, it's not a guarantee. You may lose some people. You might start off with like a big group, because honestly, my freshman year, we had like this big friend group. We made a whole group chat. It was like, it's a crazy name. I'm not gonna go too into it, but by the end of it, we have a way smaller group now. We still talk to the people that we were like freshman year, but it's not like at the same level, but there's nothing wrong with that. So the next thing that we're gonna get into is to be yourself. In college, there's no like, oh, she's popular, he's popular, this is the popular group, none of that. Like, people have their friend groups, and that's just that. So be yourself. Don't try to be anybody that you're not to try to fit in, with a certain group or anything like that, because that's not the case. Just find your group of people like that you want to be friends with, and vibe like that. Don't try to fake the funk, if you get what I'm saying. But just be yourself. You don't have to change who you are for anybody, or no one's gonna judge you for being a certain way. You can dress however you want to. You can do whatever you to a certain degree. But you can do just be you, okay? Be original. Don't try to be fake, okay? Be you. So the next thing that we're gonna get into is to don't be afraid to see what type of like groups that your campus has. So a lot of universities have a lot of different types of groups that are like student ran and stuff like that. So don't be afraid to go check them out. Don't be afraid to go join those groups. So say if you are into like gaming, they might have a gaming club. If you like anime, they might have an anime club. If you want to be in a group that's just for women and helping women, empower themselves, they might have something like that. So just go and check it out, because that's a great way to meet new people as well and build great bonds. And yeah, so go see what that's about. And then also, sometimes depending on the group, it may look really good on your resume. So don't be afraid to go check out those groups. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is to not be afraid to go to those campus events. Going to campus events are a great way to meet new friends and, just get to experience your campus life. Why not go to it? A lot of the stuff that they offer, you paid for. So don't be afraid to go to any activity that they have, especially if it's free. Now, if they charge you for it, like a separate fee, okay, you can think about if you want to go. But any free event that they have, don't be afraid to go, okay? Because I know, like, on my university, not on my university, but on my campus, we do have a lot of activities to do, but a lot of people don't go. And then they say, like, oh, we never do anything, but that's because you don't go to the events that's offered. So just go check out those campus events because you might have so much fun. So go check them out. All right. So the next thing is a really big one. So make sure that you have like the campus police and any emergency numbers saved in your phone. Even though you're in college, you still want to have a way that, like, if you're ever in trouble, they can get to you quick. I know on my campus we have like police officers on the campus, so like they can actually help if you need it. I don't know about other campuses, but we have police officers that we can call and they can actually help us if we need help. So make sure that you have those numbers saved, so if you're ever in any trouble and you need some help, they can come help you. So don't be afraid to use those resources, okay? This next tip is also very important. Always, always, always share your location with a trusted friend or family member. I know you're like, listen, I'm away from home. I can go out and do whatever I want to, whenever I want to, because I was the same way. But always have your location on just in case you're in any trouble. They know where you are. So never go anywhere without telling someone where you are going, because anything can happen and you don't want to be in that situation where no one can find you. So make sure you share your location with somebody, so that way they can always help you out, okay? All right, so next, as soon as you get any information about your roommate, contact them. Don't wait till the day of. I mean, you can. There's nothing wrong with that. But, me personally, I would like to contact my roommate before I get on campus. So that way I can see what type of person they are and we can get to know each other a little better to avoid it being like slightly awkward. You never met them and then they come in and you're just like, hey girl, how are you? Or yeah, so if you can, contact them before. So that way you guys can be like, hey, I'm bringing a trash can, so if you don't want to bring a trash can, I got one. Or like, hey, if you want to share a fridge, I have a fridge to share if you don't have one already, or stuff like that. Or like, if you share a bathroom, you can be like, hey, is pink okay in the bathroom? Because I like pink. I don't know if you like pink, and I want to get pink stuff in the bathroom. Or, we can do whatever. You bring the shower curtains, and I bring like the floor mats and stuff like that. So contact your roommate if you can, as soon as you can. So you're also going to want to set boundaries with your roommate just to help any conflicts that may arise during the semester. So you're going to want to talk about like guests for visitation and how many people they have over and stuff like that, and when they have people over and all of that. And then also going to want to talk about cleaning. So make sure you guys come up with like this cleaning agreement, like, hey, I clean the bathroom this Sunday, but can you clean it next Sunday? That type of thing. Or, make sure, we're keeping the place tidy every day. At least make your bed or wash all your dishes and stuff like that. And make sure you put your clothes up, that type of stuff like that, because you would be surprised. Even though we are in college, some people aren't raised the same as other people. So you're gonna want to come up with like a plan on how you know, you and your roommate do things, because some people have never cleaned up in their life, and college is their first time being by themselves. So you might want to come up with a cleaning schedule and stuff like that, just to avoid any conflicts, because you don't want to be like, hey, why am I always doing this but you're not doing that? And yeah, and we don't want that happening, because trust me, a lot of problems come from, you know, or they're not cleaning up after themselves, or, you know, stuff like that. So make sure you set boundaries in the beginning, so that way in the future you can always go back and be like, hey, we talked about this when we first got here, let's stick to it. Everyone has some sort of meal plan, or, you know, dining dollars, something like that. So whatever you do, try to save your dining dollars as much as you can. So do not spend it all in the first month, okay? Try to stretch it out. Don't be afraid to eat your meal plan and save your dining dollars for whenever you actually need it. Make sure you save it, okay? Save them, because you're going to be mad when all of your friends are going to say the Chick-fil-A, but you don't have no money to go to the Chick-fil-A because you used them all up in the beginning. So plan to save your dining dollars, okay? All right, so to wrap up the, you know, social aspect of the advice, all I gotta say is please, just go out and enjoy your college experience. College is so fun, even though a lot of people say like college was like the worst years of their life. No. If you actually take the time and you go out and you enjoy yourself responsibly, it is very fun. Like I enjoy my time at college. So just go out, have fun, be safe, okay? So have a great time. All right, so the next set of advice that we're going to talk about is academics, because this is what you are in college for. You know, it's good to have your fun, but you are here to get these academics, okay? Get these straight A's. If you don't get straight A's, that's okay. But that's the goal. You want to aim for straight A's every single time. Gotta have that mindset, okay? That wasn't a piece of advice that I had up here originally, but that's a good piece of advice. So, aim for the A's. Don't settle for less. Aim for the A's. All right. Like I was saying, as we're wrapping up the social advice and getting into the academic advice, with being in college, you really have to know how to balance fun and learning, okay? They're two separate things, so you need to learn how to balance both. It's okay to go out and have fun, but don't just strictly go to college to have fun. Make sure you are focusing on those grades, because it is very important. GPA is a big thing in college. They do not play. Your financial aid is a big thing in college. They do not play. So, like I said, while it's great to go and have your fun, make sure you are still getting your work done, okay? Get that work done. I cannot emphasize that enough. Get your work done. We can have fun after you turn in that assignment that's due at 11:59. Go and get that work done, okay? So I strongly recommend that you download either like Google Calendar, or if you aren't really into like techie stuff, get a planner so you can write down everything. A planner and Google Calendar is a great way to stay organized. Organization is key, because you don't want to get overwhelmed trying to figure out and remember when you have everything due. So getting a planner or using Google Calendar will be your best friend to help you stay organized and remember when your deadlines and stuff are, so you don't have to try to remember everything off the top of your head, because that will not be fun, especially depending on how many classes that you take. yeah, you don't want to try to be like, okay, so I got this paper due next week, but I have something due in another class, and I have the test coming up, but I don't really remember when. You don't want to be in that situation. So just have something that helps you remember. Just write it down so you don't have to try to keep it all in there. Okay, so you can use apps like ChatGPT and Mathway, but use them responsibly. Don't use them strictly to get answers, because one, ChatGPT, they have software to detect it now. So if you want to stay in college, don't rely on ChatGPT to cheat. Use it to check your work. Use it to, if you get stuck with the idea for, an essay, use it like that. But don't say, hey, can you write this essay about so and so and so? No, because they will detect it. Trust me, they will detect it, and then you will be kicked out of school, and you don't want that. That's a lot of money wasted. You don't want that. And like I was saying, like with Mathway, a lot of people use like Mathway and Photo Math and Chegg and all of that. You are in college, so you want to know these things. You have harder maths and stuff like that, and your classes that you are taking, they do not play. So you want to know how to actually do them. You can use it to check your work, but don't use it solely to cheat. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, use these apps responsibly, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're either getting kicked out of school for cheating, or you don't know what to do whenever it's time to take your exam that's, in person. So, okay, so before classes begin, always try to figure out where your classes are located before you actually start the classes. So maybe your first day there, take a walk, or whenever you're there for a few days, but before classes begin, walk around your campus, get to know your campus. I know a lot of people take tours, but some people don't take college tours. So the first time that they're on that campus is like whenever they go there. So you want to, walk around, figure out where your buildings are going to be. The buildings are probably going to be locked, but if they're not locked, go inside the building and locate where your class is located. There's a lot of buildings on campuses, so you want to know where your class is, so that way whenever it's the first day of class, you aren't trying to figure it out, and then boom, you're either super late to the class or you done missed the class completely, and now you don't know what the syllabus is about, because a lot of the time the first day is about the syllabus, but sometimes it's not. So you might want to be in class for your first day, because some professors, they say forget all that syllabus stuff. You can read the syllabus on your own. Let's get started on this course. So you don't want to miss the first day. So walk around, figure out where your classes are to help you out, and you'll be prepared. So, like I said in the last one, sometimes professors have like a little syllabus day, but some don't. So with that being said, make sure you read the syllabus for each class before that class, so that way you know what you need for the class. So like the material, if you need to bring like a laptop or your iPad, if you need like a notebook for the class, or anything like that. So make sure you read the syllabus and you can see what is expected out of you, and then also you can see how your courses are gonna go. And then a lot of the times professors put like exactly how your course is gonna be, so they put like all your tests, your quizzes, and what topics you're gonna be on, so you can jot that down in your planner or Google Calendar, like I said before, prior, and you have everything scheduled out, because a lot of the times they stick to their syllabus and they don't change it unless they absolutely have to. So it's a great way to know how your course is going to go before you actually start the course. So make sure you read that syllabus. The next thing is to join a class group chat if you can. So your math class or your science class, any class, English, if they have like a little group chat that somebody is trying to start, join it. It's a great way to help study with each other, or if you need help, you can text somebody like, hey, if somebody is free, can somebody help me out with this because I'm not understanding what was in class today? Or if you get sick and you miss a class, you can be like, hey, what did we go over today? So that way you don't be behind. So joining a class group chat is always good. So join that group chat. Please, I cannot emphasize this enough. Please, please, please be respectful to your professors, okay? No one wants to be at an 8 a.m. class and you're going back and forth with the professor because you felt like the paper that they gave was on a stupid topic or something like that. No one wants to sit through that. Like, it's annoying. Let them do their job. If you have an issue with them, ask to speak with them after class or email with them. But still, be respectful if there is a problem. They're just trying to do their job. Sometimes they get overwhelmed. They teach a lot of class with over a lot of classes with over 100 kids a day. Just be respectful, come to them correct. But be respectful to those professors because they're just there to try to teach you. So be respectful. Also, get acquainted with your professors. I'm not saying be like a teacher's pet or anything like that, but get acquainted with them. Go to their office hours. If you have a question, ask them questions, email them. So that way, say if, you have a C, but like a C plus, like a really high C, and you need like 2 points to get a B. Sometimes you be like, hey, you've seen I've been working hard all semester. Is there any way that you could like round this up? Sometimes they might do that because they know that you've been working hard and they've seen you. They've been like, okay, she was at my office hours, every single day, or she's been constantly coming like at least once a week or something like that. Go to those office hours, get acquainted with your professors. I'm just saying. So try your best to not be late to class. I mean, go to class still, but just try not to be late because class a lot of the time starts promptly. So if you have a 9 a.m., they will be starting at least 9:05. But a lot of professors start like right then and there. So try to be on time. Don't be afraid to ask questions either. So if you are in lecture and you're going over a topic, you don't understand the topic, don't be afraid to raise your hand, or however you do it at your university. Don't be afraid to speak up and say, hey, could you go back over that? I don't really understand what you were saying, about whatever. So make sure you ask those questions so you're not going to do the homework later on and you're like, I don't understand, and then you do poorly on it. It's better to ask questions then rather than to suffer later. So ask those questions. Now, this next piece of advice, you're going to be like, girl, what? But do not skip class unless you actually need to skip class. So, don't be like, I don't feel like going to class today, so I'm just lay in bed, I'll just, take the L for today and let it count later on. You don't want to do that because then you'll keep on doing that and you'll make it a habit, and you don't really want to do that. And plus, it might be one day where you actually need to skip class, and in college you have a certain amount of days that you can miss until they fail you. So you don't want to exceed your limit and then fail the class because you didn't skip too many days. So don't skip class unless you absolutely need to. And by the absolutely need to, I mean like absolutely need to. If you're sick, you can get a note and be excused. But if you're just going to flat out skip, use those days responsibly if you're gonna do it. I don't recommend doing it. I'm not saying to skip class. I am not saying to skip class. But if you're going to skip class, do it whenever you actually need to skip class, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so try to get assignments done as early as possible. So you don't want to wait until the last minute. I know I'm a procrastinator myself, but it actually helps a lot if you get your assignments done as early as you possibly can. And it looks good to your professors because they're like, hey, oh, they're getting their work done early. So, I know that they're actually putting in the time to do their work. So don't wait till the last minute because you don't want it to be freaking 11 o'clock and your assignment's due at 11:59 and you know when you're done is a 5,000 page, not a page paper, but it's a 5,000 word paper, and you're still up there trying to come up with them 5,000 words because all you did was type your name. That's not going to count. So do it as early as possible. Do not wait till the last minute if you can. Do it as soon as it's assigned. That way, it's much easier. And then whenever it's the weekend and stuff like that, you can take time to rest and you're not trying to stress and get work done. You can take a little time to study for like an exam or something, but other than that, you're chilling. You're doing what you need to do on the weekend because you already got all your work done. And then if you want to go outside, you can go outside, not stressing about this paper that's due at 11:59. So get that work done as soon as possible. Also, try to study outside of your room if you can. So go to like the library or sit in the hallway of your dorm, something. Try not to be in your room while you're studying. That way you can be separated from distractions, so you're not tempted to go watch that TV show, or that bed's not looking real nice to go lay down in and stuff like that. You're away from things that tempt you so you can actually get your work done. So try not to study in that room if you can. Okay, so try to make studying fun. And when I say that, I mean like try to make little flashcards or play a Kahoot with your classmates or your friends, quiz each other, something like that, because you don't want to just read off a textbook or just read your notes. So try to make it as fun as possible because you need to study. You do need to study. I know some people in high school, they never study because they need to study in high school, but in college, I guarantee you will have to study something. So come up with a study plan, but make it fun. You don't want to just, get bored because then you aren't going to retain anything. Make it as fun as you can, okay? Don't be afraid to utilize those campus tools, okay? Because you definitely paid for them, so utilize them. Go to that library, even if you're just studying in there. Just go to the library. A lot of the time they have counseling centers. Sometimes it's good to get things off your chest. Utilize it. Go to that gym. There's nothing wrong with, physical exercise here and there. You don't have to go every day, but just go check out the gym just because you paid for it. You know what I mean? Utilize those campus tools, okay? You paid for them, use them. All right, so pack a snack with you just in case you have back-to-back classes and you don't have time to go grab something to eat before your next class. Have a little snack because sometimes those classes can range from being 1 hour long to 4 to 5 hours long. So pack you a snack so that way you can get through class and you're not distracted because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm ready for this class to be over because I'm so hungry. Have you a little snack so you can have something to eat on your way between classes. Make sure you check your college emails constantly. Every day. I check mine every day. Check them every day because that way you can get updates. So if your teacher be like, hey, canceling class today, you'll know. Or the campus is like, hey, we're closing early because, they said it was going to storm. You'll know. And you're not just walking up in the class thinking you got class and no one's showing up because they cancel class. Or, just basic college and campus information. So anything that you'll need, they'll send it in an email, trust me. So make sure you check in those emails daily so that way you can stay updated and you know everything. Alright, so these next set of tips are just things that I was thinking of off the top of my head. They don't really fit into a category. They might, but I just thought they fit in this category. So that being said, set a timer on your wash machine and your dryer. No one wants to sit and text like the dorm group chat multiple times and wait for you to come get your clothes because your clothes were done washing or drying 30 minutes ago and you went to go to class. No one wants to do that. It's a small, a lot of the time we have small washing facilities. At least in my dorm, we have small washing facilities. And a bunch of us, we don't have time to be waiting for you to go to class. Come back and get your clothes. We're trying to wash our clothes and dry our clothes too. Set timers for your things and come and get them as soon as it finishes. Please, I cannot emphasize this enough. Get your stuff whenever it's done. Clean up behind yourself. You are living in a shared space. Be respectful to others. Think about others, not just yourself. Clean up behind yourself. Like if you use a community bathroom, don't leave hair all over the shower or flush the toilet. You are grown. These are things that you should be doing anyways. But just clean up after yourself. If you're using the microwave that everyone shares, if you spill something in the microwave, clean it out. Don't just leave your mess in the microwave. Don't do that. Please just clean up after yourself. If you are able to, I recommend do not work your first year. You're trying to, find yourself. Well, not really find yourself, but get a groove on how you will be doing college. You don't want work to also be a factor in your everyday life. So if possible, don't work your first year so you can focus on your education and building that GPA, and you're not like, hey, well, I gotta go to work, so I don't want to do this assignment yet, and then you end up forgetting about that assignment because you're too tired from work and you end up going to sleep. Just don't work your first year. Focus strictly on school if you are able to. If you have to work your first year of college, just learn how to manage school and work, okay? But do not work if you can. Buy things in bulk if you can. And what I mean by that, go to Sam's Club and get you a pack of soap and big boxes of food and stuff like that. Because like I said in the last tip, don't work if you can. So that way, you won't have a lot of money. But if you buy it in bulk, you don't really have to worry about, getting it over and over again because you'll have it in bulk. So your toothpaste, your deodorant, stuff like that, buy them in multiples so that way you don't have to stress about getting them. And then a lot of the times, your first year of college, unless you have a job, you can't have your car on campus. So it's going to be hard for you to go and get these things anyways. So buy things in bulk. Follow the rules. It's real simple, real easy. Just listen to what the people have to say. They say visitation in at a certain time. Have your guests checked out before that time because they will fine you. Okay? You don't want fines. You don't want to be, because you can still get is it referral? Maybe, I don't know. I think referrals, I never got one, but you can still get written up to the dean and stuff like that. You don't want that. So just follow any rules that they have because they will fine you. They can kick you off the campus and you can get expelled and all of that. So follow the rules, okay? This kind of ties into when I said buy things in bulk, but have a lot of food and snacks in your dorm as well because a lot of campuses, a lot of stuff close real early unless you're trying to go off campus to eat. So whenever the dining hall and stuff closes and you get hungry later on, say if you're up studying or something, you're not gonna have anything to eat. So have a lot of snacks and food in your room, so in case you need to eat, you'll have food in your room. All right, my last and final piece of advice is self-care. Self-care, self-care, self-care. Self-care is very, very important. Your mental health is very, very important. So make sure you are taking care of yourself. That's why I was stressing getting your work done early and stuff like that, so you have time for yourself and you're not just school every single day. You're not taking time to get your rest and taking time for yourself to do what you need to do. So make sure you have those self-care days, but get your work done. But have your self-care days. Take care of yourself, because it can get really, really stressful really, really quickly if you aren't doing those things. So make sure you take time out for yourself to relax and do what you need to do so you can be stress-free as possible, okay? But yeah, do that self-care. All right, so that was the last of my tips that I had. If you have any more tips that you would like to share in the comments, feel free to do so. But that will be all from me today. And if you have any more questions about, like, college life or anything like that, also feel free to comment and I will more than happily respond. If you had anything personal to talk about, I think I have my Instagram linked somewhere on YouTube, so you can DM me to ask me anything personal if you don't want to just comment it. But yeah, if you ever need anything, just let me know and I got you, okay? Just DM me and I can answer your questions. But yeah, with that being said, I am going to wrap it up because that is it for the advice that I have. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I will see you next time. Stay tuned because I also have another video coming out soon with things that you would need for college. So I don't know which one is going to be posted first, but if that one is posted first, make sure you go check that out for like the list of items that you would need for college. Or make sure you check back in a few days and I will have a list of items that you may want for college in case you don't know. So yeah, make sure you check that out too. And I will see you guys later. Bye. I feel like fucking something, but we